While he talked about fraud, Governor Walz did not directly address today's raids in his final State of the State address tonight. The speech just wrapped up at the Capitol in the last 2 hours. Our Danny Spiewak is live at the Capitol tonight with the latest. Danny?
Well, Kevin, Governor Tim Walz made a very brief reference to today's raids when he was talking in a broader context about his administration's fraud response today during his State of the State address. He was saying that he wanted the legislature to adopt more elements of his anti-fraud legislative package that he proposed. And throughout his half-hour speech, he really used it as an opportunity to try to defend his record over 2 terms and shape his legacy and the narrative around his administration while charting a path forward.
After dropping his bid for a 3rd term, Governor Walz delivered somewhat of a farewell address in his final State of the State.
Tonight, I want to talk about what we've done here at the Capitol.
The governor devoted much of the half-hour speech to defending his record, touting programs like paid leave and universal school meals.
We're a state where no student goes hungry in Minnesota. We feed our kids.
But with one more legislative session to complete, the governor also issued a final wish list to lawmakers. Some of his proposals, like banning assault weapons, have already failed this session due to Republican opposition in the tied House.
Some of you might say, we can't do more to stop gun violence, but you need to be more specific. What you really mean is you won't do more to stop gun violence.
But other measures, including fraud prevention, have some bipartisan support.
When it comes to the next step in fixing this problem, the legislature has a role to play.
Several fraud bills have advanced this session, including a bill to expand the state's authority to stop payments to providers and a proposal for a statewide office of Inspector General. GOP House Speaker Lisa Demuth says fraud remains a top priority for her caucus.
We can't fix everything from the last 7 years, but there is still work that we need to do.
DFL legislative leaders have been optimistic about passing several fraud measures and other items like funding for struggling Hennepin County Medical Center and a bonding bill for infrastructure.
There's a lot of pieces still in play, and I think we can leave this session feeling good about the work that we did, as long as we make very good use of these last few weeks.
And despite some of the partisan gridlock that you'll often see at the state capitol, especially under the dynamics of the tied House of Representatives, there was a touching moment in the chamber tonight as Governor Walz paid tribute to the late Speaker Emerita Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark, who were assassinated last June, and then to the Hoffman family, with Senator John Hoffman raising up his left arm as members of all parties in the House and Senate applauded for him in his recovery along with his family. Back to you.
What a moment. Thank you, Danny.